Hello and welcome to my address for Tuesday of Holy Week 2020. After the success of my Bible studies on the birth narratives in the run-up to Christmas, I thought that during Lent it would be good to do a Bible study on the Passion narrative. This year the lectionary has us read Matthew's account of the Passion, which you can find in chapters 26 and 27 if you'd like to read it in full. We would have read it in full on Palm Sunday had we been in happier times. I want to keep the addresses this week relatively short, so I don't intend to even try to cover the whole Passion narrative. I thought I'd focus on the question of what the Passion story tells us about who Jesus is. As our readings this evening, I've chosen two excerpts which can help us to focus on this question. The word Messiah is used several times to describe Jesus in these readings, but there's something overtly scornful in how it comes across. I can't help thinking of the life of Brian. "He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy." Those using the terms are not using it in a reverent sense as we might. Often when we are fearful of something or someone, we use belittling language to try and show that we are more powerful. It may be that those surrounding Jesus at this troubling time are trying to distance themselves by mocking instead of having to take Jesus seriously. We know, however, that Jesus is the Messiah, the one who has come to save us. Though he's not come to save us by his mighty acts, by invading as the King of the Jews, raising a mighty rebellion to overthrow the Romans. What, after all, have they ever done for us? He is not going to call a legion of angels to support him. He is not going to use the power which created the universe to stay the hands of those that will crucify him. He's going to give up his spirit, to suffer and to die on the cross, to bring about the redemption of the world. A perfect sacrifice made once for all on the cross. What title can we give Jesus that will incorporate all that he is? He is greater than even the mightiest king, emperor, czar, Caesar, president, whatever other title you might like to use. Two other titles we see used are the Son of Man and Son of God, both used as common titles ascribed to prophets of various types in the Hebrew Scriptures. Jesus certainly acts like a prophet, offering us teaching about how to live our lives, how to treat others, how to show God's love in the world. Jesus is a prophet, but is also so much more than that. He is greater than Moses, Elijah, Isaiah, Samuel, and all those who have helped and continue to help us to hear God's prophetic voice in the world. Earlier in the Gospel, we have a scene where the disciples are told that one of them will betray him. The disciples call Jesus Lord, a great title showing his closeness to God, his authority over them, and his authority over the world. Judas, however, uses the title Rabbi. Certainly, again, we might describe Jesus as Rabbi or teacher, someone who guides us in life. Our local church schools hope to encourage faith, flourishing, and friendship, and let your light shine. In this, the teachers in our villages are aiming to help children to have life in all its fullness. Jesus, too, as teacher, helps us to recognize the gifts which God has given to us and helps us to use them to show his glory in the world. What title can we give Jesus that would incorporate all that he is to us, all that he has been to the world in the past, and all he will be in the future? We each come before him, each of us made in the image of God. He serves as our example, our prophet, our priest, our king, our friend, our brother, and so much more. He continues to be with us in the life of the church, whether gathered or scattered. He calls us to bring forth the fruits of the Spirit. Whatever title we bestow, whatever words we use to describe him, they will fall short. But that's okay. We have a lifetime here on earth to learn more of him and to imitate him. And we shall also have eternity with him, to see him in all his glory, in all its fullness. Amen.